Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Let's Learn. So today we're going to have ZeroFuse being a little bit devilish. Instead of playing Patchouli, he's going to be playing as the Gap Hag. And he's going to be facing off against Sabre, who is going to be playing as the Librarian. And usually Sabre plays Mei Ling, but he does have a pretty good Patchy ult, so let's see how this goes. ZeroFuse in his deck looks fairly standard. He's going to be bringing Antimatter, which is great for Okizeme, great for Pressure, great for even neutral sometimes. 4 Rons, which, of course, one of the best pressure cards in the game, and 4 Chens. Now, Chen, you know, a lot of people say Chen isn't really that good of a card. It's a 2-cost card, and it doesn't really do much for you, but I mean, I don't know, ZeroFuse believes in it, so he's bringing 4 of them, believes in this cute little cat girl. SabreFeelings, on the other hand, he has a very non-traditional deck. He has 4 Tengu fans, and those increase your movement speed every time that you use one of them. But I mean, I don't know, you just don't usually see it that often. Aside from that, he does have Dew Spears, which are default, so that's not anything crazy. He does have the 236 Flamethrower though, which is really good in neutral. It can stop a lot of opponents from grazing into you, just because of how many active frames it has. And then, on top of that, he also is going to be bringing 4 Force Slashers, which serve, you know, kind of an interesting role in neutral. What you can often do with them is you set them up, and then do something really unsafe afterwards, like just throw out a 6-6C or something, and then they can't really punish you if you have the Force Slasher set up, because you can release the button that you're using to hold them and set them into place, and then that'll keep you safe from any punishes. So, very interesting deck here, and I'm interested to see how this works out, so let's jump right in. So right off the bat, you can notice that Patchouli has a lot of difficulties in this matchup, in the sense that usually Patchouli feels like the dominant bullet character. But here, you can see that Yukari's C-Bullets actually trade really favorably with Fireballs from Patchouli, and even Yukari's B-Bullets can put in some work. So it's a little bit harder in neutral than it usually is for her. ZeroFuse messing up his Oki there and getting comboed for it. 4 Slashers already getting set up, and he's going to be using these to add into a combo, do a reset, and get a lot of damage out of this. He drops the combo, but he actually keeps ZeroFuse in pressure as a result of it. Sets up 4 Slasher again, and ZeroFuse, not wanting to stay there, is going to tech out. Okay, so there he gets the kill, uses Tengu Fan to level up his speed now, I guess. But yeah, you already saw 4 Slasher can even be used to do sort of a loop in combos if you already have it set up, so it can be a really strong game-winning tool just by how much damage it gets you in the right circumstances. Ooh, okay, not the best Okizeme here, but ZeroFuse is getting caught a little bit, and a really good combo there. Ooh, yeah, ZeroFuse knows that he has to respect those 4 Slashers, and it's making it so much easier for Sabre to do unsafe stuff in pressure. Because, I mean, if you're worried about getting caught, if you're worried about, like, you know, trying to mash and getting caught by 4 Slasher, basically you're going to have to be a lot more passive in pressure. But I think, you know, if I were ZeroFuse, I might honestly try risking it every so often to try to mash whenever there's a 4 Slasher out. Because otherwise, you know, he's just going to get it for free. And there Chen kind of just whiffing completely over ZeroFuse. Not really getting too much mileage there. And again, look at that Chen. I mean, it just comes out and then it spins the other direction. It's so sad. But I mean, I guess it came back there at the very end. Really good use of Quadruple Barrier. It can be used to actually confirm into some pretty big damage if you get a 623 air unblockable. Ooh, and a really good catch out of that Flamethrower there. One of the best ways to attack Patchouli's Flamethrower is you can't really go through it, you have to go above it. But I mean, the cancel time, the motion cancel time, it's not really too bad, so Patchouli can usually escape out of it, but, you know, you do have options if you're careful. Ooh, and good 6Bs there, sniping ZeroFuse out. Okay, and there goes the second Tengu Fan. 4 Slasher being set up, and here's where it's really difficult. You got a Flamethrower on top of you, you got 4 Slasher being set up, it's pretty crongery, right? There's very little you can do to approach safely here, and you just gotta sit back and play the bullet game. Luckily, Yukari can play it a little bit better than most other characters, but still, it's really uncomfortable. So yeah, that was a really, I don't know, it was a good exhibition, I think, of the use of Force Lasher and Flamethrower together. Let's see if ZeroFuse, you know, can really figure out something to make a comeback out of it. Ooh, and that was really interesting Okizeme there. You saw that he actually threw a J6A towards the left side of the screen, where ZeroFuse's neutral wake-up was, but he land cancelled it, so when ZeroFuse teched out, he was immediately ready to follow. Pretty interesting Okizeme tech from Patchouli. Ooh, keeping him in pressure with J6As, even though, you know, something you can do, even if you're using a move that's traditionally minus, like a command, like an air command melee, is you can space it out to where, even if you're minus, you can't really get punished for it, or at least it's very difficult. Ooh, okay, ZeroFuse border escaping a lot earlier, but getting caught by J2A, unfortunately. Ooh, missing the 6-6 there. And yeah, getting comboed into Dew Spears. Okay, there he's just following Okizeme, and really good use of 623 there. I think that's ZeroFuse's counter against the Flamethrower and the Spears. Or not the Spears, the Swords, the Force Lasher. You can use 623 to go into it, and I mean, it doesn't matter if he lets go of the button there. He's still gonna graze straight through with that 623. But I mean, it is still a little bit difficult to even get in the first place, because you can still get tagged by something like J6A. Ooh, and a great J6A, or J8A catch actually, and a great cross up there with the teleport. Ooh, you saw ZeroFuse there? He bounced up and then bounced immediately downwards. That was a fake cross-up attempt, but I don't know. I don't think that Saber really fell for it. I think it was probably a bit too premature to do that when he hadn't done any real cross-ups for Okizeme yet. Ooh, okay, yeah, ZeroFuse border escaping a lot earlier, but he's getting caught in air pressure, unfortunately. That J2A was so high up that he could have been punished for it. Look at the damage that he's getting off of these Force Lasher setups. And these are just such powerful pressure tools. Ooh, and ZeroFuse has got to be careful there, and a trade causes Saber to win. I mean, I think in a lot of the aspects of this game, he's kind of taking, or ZeroFuse at least, is kind of taking a lot of damage, because he doesn't really have an answer to what is it, SabreFeelings pressure. Because even though he's able to sometimes go in neutral using 623, whenever he's caught in pressure, he'll border escape and then still get caught in air pressure and not really be able to escape successfully. Ooh, and he gets caught by a fireball there. Like here, you'll probably see him try to border escape, but ooh, he might not, and he actually gets caught there by the Dial A. He finishes the third hit. Or the third input, I guess, because there are multiple hits in Patchy's Dial A. Okay, Force Lasher there. ZeroFuse being very careful, and yeah, just no real counter to that right now. Chen out there, doing the best that she can, trying to help out her friend ZeroFuse. And River Mist is gonna make it even more annoying to approach Patchouli. You know, if I were ZeroFuse, I think probably the best strategy here is don't try to go in. Yukari has a really good keep away game where she can just run back, spam J5C, J2C over and over, and then if opponents try to actually attack her in the air, she has really good moves like J6A and J2A to keep her safe. And I think, you know, trying to go in against this kind of set play is going to be difficult when he doesn't really need to, because Yukari's C bullets do such a good job at beating out a lot of Patchouli's options. Ooh, and a good 6-6 there. Antimatter, not very well used. Actually, wait, that was just default. Never mind. Chen here being set up. Doing so much work there. On screen for like a solid 3 seconds, helping out my boy ZeroFuse. Alright, there's the antimatter. I think ZeroFuse is trying to set up a few antimatters in neutral, possibly to combat the Force Lasher and the Flamethrower spam. What? Okay, you know what? Forget it. That just happened. Look, they're in fucking shock too! SabreFeelings must be fucking flipping his keyboard, ripping out his monitor! I mean, what the fuck was that? What was that? Look at him, he's incredulous! He's not even moving! Alright, he's recovered, and ZeroFuse, like a gentleman, letting him recover. God, that's a crongery. Can I get a fucking crongery in the comments for that one? Oh god. Oh god. Alright, professional. We're professional here. So, probably gonna get a Typhoon here. Yeah, and I mean, Typhoon is gonna be bad. No! No, ZeroFuse! No! Why did he use a Hangeki? He knew the Typhoon was coming up and Saber had no HP. If he didn't use the Hangeki, he would have been able to kill him right off the bat. ZeroFuse! Alright. Okay. Doesn't matter. Got the 63. We're good. All part of the plan. Alright, J2A there. Ooh, and he messes up his Okizeme there. Goes into the wrong side, makes the wrong prediction. River Mist on the clock, so we could get a Typhoon being forced here possibly. But nope, just a River Mist. Ooh, and yeah, you could see there that ZeroFuse actually whiffed whenever he did that side switch, so yeah. SabreFeelings just started mashing, and it was a pretty easy punish. Oh, River Mist, stopping him from finishing that combo. And a good crush there. I mean, if you're in River Mist and you need to complete a combo, sometimes it's not even worth it. Sometimes, instead of trying to go for the combo and messing up, and then, you know, having your opponent air tech on top of you, it's better to just back up and set up something that'll help you win neutral. Like, maybe back up and in this case set up a Force Slasher, and, you know, just wait for ZeroFuse to tech out. Big damage from that spell card. That's one of the reversals that, I mean, it works, but it's a little bit slow, and it does very little damage, so I've never been a fan of it. And Aurora Typhoon, that's a big yikes. ZeroFuse is probably about to die here. Unless he's... nope. Unless nothing. ZeroFuse is dead. But yeah, I feel like I learned a lot from that set. So definitely, well, one thing that I learned is that Chen, again, really pulls her weight. Got a lot of mileage out of Chen. Yeah, I think every Yukari player needs to bring at least one copy of Chen in their deck, you know. All that time that she's out there in neutral, she's a second character that you play as, basically. It's a 2v1, there's not much you can do about it. But aside from that, I mean, SabreFeelings Tengu fans, I don't know, man. I didn't really see much use in, I didn't really see the point in them. But that flamethrower alongside the Force Slasher is scary. If you set up the Force Slasher, you basically make yourself entirely safe during flamethrower, and it's very, very difficult to punish and move in. And I mean, on top of that, they're also really good pressure tools, and, you know, even really good combo tools in the case of Force Slasher. And just using that in combination with Dew Spheres for Okizeme, it's a killer combination. I love the deck. You know, I think everybody should at least try giving those skills a bit of a try, because I mean, I typically don't see Patchouli's run Force Slasher. I do see a lot of Flamethrower, but not much Force Slasher. You know, why no Force Slasher? It's a good move. Anyway, yeah, I mean, really fun set, and you know, leave any comments if there's anything that I didn't notice that you did notice about this set that you can fill us all in on. And yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night.